Bachmann.
Oh, yes.
Mom, Dad's being weird again.
Luscious.
Honey,
So full.
it's just grass.
Oh, it's so much more than just grass. It's a healthier, greener, and more luscious lawn. Yours can be too.
Look at you.
With Kabursky Brothers Lawn Care.
Remember, no shoes on the lawn. Because you're so beautiful.
Call or click today.
Derek, what's the guarantee? Derek?
Mike, time to make history. Players in Circa Million make 5 picks against the spread each week with quarterly and full season payouts.
Circa Survivor entries choose one team each week with no point spread. The last one standing wins it all.
We have $21 million on the line. Are you in? Visit circasports.com for details.
Attention all campers.
Keith Murphy.
What I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career.
Andy Fales.
I'm telling you straight, it's my way or the highway.
Powered by AD.
Just a bit outside.
Murph and Andy. Proudly presented by Ramsey Subaru, live and on demand across Iowa everywhere from the Channel Seed Studios. Murph and Andy, connected by cellular advantage.
Yeah, I'm riding that Friday high into the weekend. Hi, Andy. Different kind of high.
Hi, Murph.
Hi. Although I did just get spun out by Eric Pratt in the Fort Dodge Messenger. State softball's going to double elimination next year.
Why? Who wants that tournament to last longer?
Do you know how many more games
The girls'
and
union?
fields that is? I mean,
Who wants
I'm
to
sure
spend
many
more
people.
time in the sizzling, steamy heat
Oh,
of Fort Dodge? They have a tournament.
can we have the boys and girls tournaments different weeks and still have dead week? Can we do something there? This is the kind of thing that's pushing me toward John Bachmann's world of retirement. I mean, this week was exhausting, and we're going to add to it.
You had so many games on
Oh,
this
my
week. There were
gosh.
nights where I think at least 3 of the nights, you had multiple segments in sports. Maybe
We had
was it
one
4
night.
nights? Was it
We had
4
one
nights?
night with 13 games and one night with 11
We had
games.
to put a
Local games.
commercial break in the middle of all of it. It was so much that you could take a drink.
Let's double it up.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine. That doesn't make sense. They don't need that. That's not called for. They have a tournament.
I'm sure any team that lost and feels like they should have won thinks, yeah, we need to have double elimination.
Okay, when they win next year, they'll feel the opposite.
Wow. Okay. Well, hey, today is Iowa State Football Media Day. Andy, we've both been to many of these. I don't think one has ever been in July before, but Iowa State plays a football game in less than a month against Kansas State in Dublin, Ireland, August 23rd. What's today's date? Where are we in date? Is this 25th?
Yeah.
25th.
26th, right?
20, gosh, it shouldn't be this hard. It is the 25th.
25th? Yeah, 25th.
25th.
My watch is
So
off.
we're less than a month to college football starting and Iowa State being involved in that in what is a Big 12 football game and a big game. So it makes sense that Iowa State would have to move up the football media day. But it also was an opportunity, this football media day, for Mike Green, who used to be the sports information director, to show this photo. This is the late Pete Taylor on media day, 1989. A couple of things jump out. Someone pointed out that if you told me everyone in this photo went, I think it was Austin pointed out, if you told me everyone in this photo went to the same barber, I'd believe you. Because there's some really similar haircuts there. Also, it's the shoulder pads. Look at the size of the shoulder pads. They need their own media day, just the shoulder pads.
What is that that shelf on the back for? What's I mean, why is that? Is that a neck brace coming out of there? Is that like a collar? Because the pads didn't look like that. They came down in the back and they had, the big things on the shoulders, but
right.
To have anything back here, back in the window,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
That's
know.
got to be a brace of something, right? Like to keep his head from snapping
It's like
back.
Bobby Boucher.
It does look like
Jeez.
Bobby Boucher.
You recognize anybody else in this picture?
I don't.
Walters
if you're
would
watching and you recognize somebody, let us know who it is. I wore a neck roll after I injured my neck, but it was out of the uniform. But I do suppose what this contraption is would keep your head from snapping back. But man, that is it. Man, that's a good pull, AD.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Super Toe.
It does look like Super Toe. AD's bringing the Friday vibes. He's on his game. Saw Beck last night. Good show?
Yeah, it was a good show. A lot of fun. Weather held out, so that was really good. It was at Lordson Amphitheater. Des Moines Symphony was awesome as always. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. Eric Herman was there. Cade was there.
Des Moines Symphony with Beck.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so
cool.
he played like a whole set of songs that work with the symphony. He said right away, like, I'm not going to try to make a symphony play Loser. That doesn't make sense.
That'd be awesome.
He played
to
like
try.
a whole set with the symphony, and then at the end, he and his band did like 5 or 6 songs, including Loser and Where It's At, and some of the big hits to kind of end the night. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was great.
The Guest House Tavern and Oyster in West Des Moines sets the table for sports and more, including saving college sports, fart mystery solved, and who's the a-hole. The Guest House Tavern has nightly specials, including Surf and Turf Friday. By
That's
the way,
a special tonight. Yeah,
it's Friday.
And then
So yeah,
prime
go in
rib
there and get
tomorrow
yourself
night.
some surf and turf.
Surf and turf.
Now, high or low since the last show?
Presented by Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax.
Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax is your place. I talked with Tim Hawkins today, and he wanted to point out that free of charge, whether you hire them or not, you can go to their website, wealthcharterretirement.com, and just use their free tools for kind of planning your investment future, your retirement future, getting your debt in check, and then just kind of analyzing where you're at from if you're somebody who's over the age of 50, which we are. It kind of gives you a really good kind of plot line for where you need to be financially and what you need to be doing at what point from 50 on upwards on to 75 or so. So it's some cool tools that are free, whether you hire these guys or not, whether you want them to handle your stuff or not. I'm going low today, despite the fact that it's Friday, so a little irony, but
this is rare.
The humidity is getting to me. I am regretting a little bit the What's Bugging Andy I did a couple weeks ago about how I was sick of everybody counting down the days to college football. Like, don't
Now you're ready to go?
Yeah, don't wish the summer away. I mean, milk the summer
along.
milk the summer for all it's worth. I'm starting to regret that a little bit because, I mean, you are reminded around this time each year why Iowans are okay with moving on to fall. Because today's not even a bad day. I mean, we had some really bad days this week. Obviously, Wednesday was awful. Going to have more bad days, it looks like, next week. When you combine heat and humidity over multiple days, it's a real bummer. I mean, you can't, even when it's like 85 degrees, if it's really high humidity like it's been with all the water in the ground, the corn sweat that we have coming out of our farm fields right now, it's so uncomfortable, right? I mean, you wear the heat. You're breathing in the heat. You can't get past the heat. There's very little breeze. It's not fun. It's starting to get to me, and I got a whole bunch of lawn work I got to do today.
I think you're looking at this the wrong way. I look at the past week, the heat, the humidity, the people passing out, the emergencies that are needed, and I think to myself, more softball.
Yeah, boy, let's
go to double elimination.
Right yeah, I mean, and then throw in like flash flooding and stuff like that, which is there any way to make flood cleanup worse than putting it in the heat?
Man.
It's off. So the humidity is wearing on me today.
I'm going high here. John Bachmann stopped by the station yesterday, and it was so great to see him. I mean, I've said this before, as good of an anchor as John was, and he was really good. He's an even better person. I mean, he's just a great man. And to see him come by and to have like everybody say, my gosh, he doesn't really look much different.
Yeah.
His hair is graying more, but it's still spectacular. I mean, this is the anchor hair. This is how anchor hair looks at 76. He's 76 years old, still tan, still looks like George Hamilton, still has spectacular hair, and played 18 holes of golf before he stopped by the station. He turned 77 in like 2 months, and it was just so great to see him. And Andy, you know, John was like a Ron Burgundy in the community, except, you know, minus the drinking scotch on the set, and the cheesiness and the mustache and all that. But point being, he was just a big star. Like anybody who can hear me right now or who is watching and is from Central Iowa, of what age 40 or above, you know John Bachmann.
I can't believe he's been gone as long as he has.
Well, his so long on air was like 5 years. Like how long did that?
When
John Bachmann is retiring.
When did he leave though? What year was that?
Gosh,
was it
I don't
like 9 years
remember.
Ago? It's going
to be really challenging for any anchor to be the towering figure. In fact, I'm not going to say it's being challenging. It's not going to happen. You just can't have somebody be the towering figure that John was 20 years ago, because media is so splintered now. But back in the day, that's kind of the point of the movie Anchor Man, is, you know, the people like John
were huge stars.
Huge.
He retired in November of 2012, so almost 13 years ago.
Oh my God.
Eddie wasn't born.
Wow.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's incredible. He immediately gave levity to the entire newsroom when he just walked in there.
Yeah.
Right? And
such a good guy.
But I mean, it felt like he walked in and was like, oh, okay, Bachmann's in charge. You know, I was willing to just be like, hey, you take the anchor desk. Yeah, right now it's yours, man. You can have it. I've never felt like I was doing anything other than like sitting in Bachmann's chair or standing in Bachmann's spot if I'm happen to be anchoring the newscast. I will never. If I dedicated my life to being as good a news anchor as him, I would never get there before the end of my career. There's no way. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't want to try. He is so good. He was so smooth, unflappable, smart.
So great on election nights, because he knew it all. He was never bluffing. You didn't ever watch him and think he had some kind of political lean or something. You just trusted him. I mean, I think yesterday our bosses, Rod, Bobby, I think if John had said, hey, do you mind if I, sit in the chair and anchor the 6? I think they would have been like, yes, please, go ahead. And
they
come
would
back
have thought
next
twice
week.
about it. Yeah, they'd be like, yeah. Just
and he could do it.
Like, don't let him leave. Make him stay there. No, I mean, he knew the bullshit, right? I mean, he could call out the bullshit in his own way. He knew, you could tell that Bachmann is not a robot. He's a human being, and he knew what was right and wrong. But he would, he just was dad, right? I mean, he was like the dad of the newsroom. He would sit there, he'd have his glasses in his mouth like this, and he'd be typing, rewriting the entire newscast, which, we do still, but I mean, he would be like, you didn't touch a script after Bachmann had edited the script. I mean, it was just done. And we were all, I mean, you did this all the time. I did it too. I mean, you were going for the Bachmann laugh in anything you were doing, whether it was a sportscast or a live shot, or even even if you're putting together a package where you weren't going to be there to hear his laugh, you knew what would make him laugh. And so you would put that kind of stuff in there just to get the Bachmann laugh. Even if it didn't come across on air, you knew he was laughing on the set, and it just made you feel a little bit better, made you feel like you did your job a little bit better. But I mean, he instantly made every room more important. He made every meeting go smoother. He, we miss him, and seeing him yesterday, you're right. I mean, he did not look like he had aged.
Not much.
12 years.
Yeah, I had a number of people tell me, a couple of guys in that photo have aged. One hasn't, and I knew who they meant. Yeah, John was like the moral compass. Like I can remember the time. You'll remember this too. Is when you first started, and you had done a stand-up for the Olympics. Stand-up is when the reporter appears on camera, and the guy, it was a guy who was going to the Olympics to do.
He was a trainer.
Yeah,
he was a trainer. Yeah,
yeah, he was a trainer in the sense of.
He was like a physical therapist.
Physical therapist, yes, thank you. Searching for that word. So you're doing a story on him because this guy's going to the Olympics and he's local and he's a really nice guy and he's obviously very good at his job. And you're trying to have an interactive, what we call stand up. You're on camera, and this guy is showing you like what would be a typical massage.
Like if you pull your muscle,
right.
How he works at. Yeah, I wasn't naked under a towel or anything.
Right,
and there's sitting on the table.
It was all innocent stuff, but his hand is like sweeping up under your shorts in your area, and you put this story together, and everybody I call in just starts laughing. So I called John in. I was like, John, would you watch this, please?
Yeah.
And
we aren't
John,
sure if we're going to air it or not.
Yeah, John watches it, and he's got the glasses in his mouth, like you say. He watches it, and he goes, "Yeah, you can't air that," and just leaves. And then the cruel irony.
Let me fill in a little bit more here. So this is like 2001.
You had just started.
I just started, and I'm wearing those like really long shorts that came down at least to my knee, if not below my knee.
Shorts of their era.
And he's like doing this massage it's just above my knee. It's basically on my knee. But the shorts are so long it looks like his fingers are in my groin.
Yep. Absolutely.
It looks like he's checking me for a hernia. So the shorts make it look even worse than it was.
For sure.
It was already bad. I should have immediately said, okay, no, massage somebody else's arm.
But then what happens can't be scripted because, first of all, it's important to note you're not of the confidence and comfort you are now, like none of us were when we're first in a new job and relatively new in your career, at least in this part of anchoring. So you're on the desk and you introduce the story.
I'm anchoring. Yeah.
You're anchoring.
No,
right.
I'm sorry. I'm anchoring sports.
Correct. Yeah. You're anchoring sports, and we take that out. We put a new version of the story without the stand up, with the hand up under the shorts moment. But so many people, and this is back in the day, it's not digital, it's back in the days of videotapes. So many people keep going back and watching the stand-up and bringing somebody else in like, hey, you got to see this. You got to see Andy's stand-up. That you introduced the story and froze it on the screen with the hand up your shorts, or it looks like that.
It had been queued up to the wrong spot. Yeah, they
queued up to the wrong spot.
They backed it up because that's what everybody had been watching. Yeah.
And they came back to you, and like right now, I have absolutely no doubt you would turn this negative into a positive. It would be a funny, light moment. But at that moment, 25 years ago, you were kind of like a deer in the headlights and just, stammered past it, tried to move on. Oh, God.
And I'm talking to you on the phone afterwards, and you were no help at all. You were laughing so hard. You were like locked up laughing. You were like
I am now.
It was a professional hit.
It was.
Fingers were frozen in your groin. It was.
It did look.
It was. What was Bachmann doing? He was like, he was laughing. He was laughing. It was not.
I think he probably laughed.
That was not the good Bachmann laugh.
Another thing I remember that John Bush has made part of his stand-up routine is we had done a story on Zach Johnson, and then we did a story on Sean Johnson, and we come out, to what we call the crosstalk, the chat. And Bachmann says to me, Mike, Heath, how do you keep your Johnson straight? I was like, practice. And he like laughs into the commercial break. He's just, because he was saying Johnson's plural, but when the next word is straight and starts with an S, it just comes out as, how do you keep your Johnson straight?
I miss him.
Man.
We're talking about him like he's dead, but we just
no.
Very, very much alive. But
he's here for a wedding.
The compliments, when I would get a compliment from John Bachmann, I put me over the moon, right? I mean, there are certain people in your life, you could probably count them on one hand, where a compliment from them meant more than 10 compliments from anybody else, right? I mean, he wasn't a critical guy, but he didn't give a lot of compliments. He didn't come out to you and say, he would only give you a compliment when you really did deserve it, and you knew that, and you knew he wanted you to succeed, and then he was, kind of proud of you. And so when he would say, I remember one time he said, you have had a run of stories this week where every one of those stories was my favorite part of the newscast. I don't know that I've gotten a better compliment than that in the business. And
that's
it made
great.
Me feel so good.
Yeah, that is, God, it is so good. I got a chance.
He laughed though.
Oh,
and you were trying to make him laugh. Like
he would lock up laughing sometimes.
Ed comes in and it was great.
And I got a chance, and we all should do this. It's come up several times this year. Happens, I think, naturally when you get older. But like I just got a chance to tell John yesterday that when I came to 13, I was so intimidated because a national talent like him, anchoring a local newscast, made me have a little bit of imposter syndrome. Like, do I belong here? Do I belong on the desk with this guy? And he could not have been kinder or more welcoming. And I really appreciate that. That was just awesome. Let's get the buzz here on a Friday.
The Buzz. Brought to you by Logier Heating and Cooling.
Ooh, thank you, Logier Heating and Cooling, for keeping me from pitting out so far, because it's nice and cool here in the house.
Change those filters, they say. Check your filters.
Changed.
Your air conditioning units are working really hard right now. You can help them out.
All right, President Trump has given an executive order that is titled Saving College Sports. It's 5 pages, and I'm going to try to tell you what's in it. Andy, jump in, or AD, anytime you have a question. I've read it, so maybe not all of you have to. Try to make broad strokes here. So it's directing the cabinet to create policy. What does it mean right now in terms of changes? What does it mean for transfers, pay for play, that type of thing? It really doesn't mean much yet. It says in the wording, it is an out of control, rudderless system, college athletics, under unprecedented threat. I think we all agree with that, those two things. Yeah. The executive order aims to prevent this situation from deteriorating beyond where it can't be fixed. It also, it says it wants to protect Olympic and non-revenue sports and many women's sports. It wants to prevent pay for play and prevent athletes from becoming employees, which is in lockstep with how most presidents and athletic directors feel. And that's kind of the step that keeps being avoided, that calls for so many legal actions. Whatever policies are created by the cabinet are not law. And that's an important distinction here. Legal fights seem certain no matter what policies are drawn up, according to legal experts. The court rulings and congressional action, that is law. Executive order is not law. And I think some people get that a little bit confused. So what does all this mean? Well, Mitch Gilfillan is a sports legal analyst, and he says that a highly respected college sports insider just reached out to him and told him this, quote, "Are we supposed to follow state law, the presidential executive order, the House settlement, federal law, university policies, NCAA bylaws, or the College Sports Commission? Somebody please let me know." And that's kind of where we are with this. What does it mean? What do you do? There's like 5 plates in the air right now. So it's kind of a mess. Andy, I know this isn't your You just like to be told what the new policy is or where it's headed, but I think people hope that this clears it up. I don't think it really clears it up at all.
I took a little power hit there in the middle of your talk,
Oh, okay.
so I didn't hear the whole thing. I apologize. It's just
Yeah, no worries. I'm trying to keep it really to the broad strokes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that right now the problem is that there is not a governing body that can regulate college sports. It's supposed to be the NCAA.
Mostly powerless.
Have become mostly powerless, and for various reasons.
And over football especially, which is where all the money and power is.
Yeah, because football is like the weeds have outgrown the grass, right? I mean, like the NCAA is the grass. The SEC, the individual teams, the Big Ten are the weeds, and so they're just beyond regulating at this point. They have so much power that they could just say, no, we're not doing that. We're going to go do our own thing, and the threat of them doing that is enough to keep the other schools from ganging up against them. I think at this point, but I don't see how an order from the federal level, this is not a federal thing. An order from the federal level would be able to affect this. And I think, some of the questions are, I mean, there are state levels, federal levels, the NCAA, the individual teams, the individual conferences. Whose rules do you follow?
Right. That's like the point there. Like this respected college sports insider says, follow state law, presidential executive order, House settlement, federal law, university policies, NCAA bylaws, college sports commission. What are we supposed to follow? And that is like more Wild West ahead. I think that a bipartisan agreement for most people is that this is an out of control rudderless system. And it is under unprecedented threat. I think we agree with that. The problem is whatever policies the cabinet creates, those are not laws. Mm-hmm. So that means legal fights will follow depending on any one body's interest. Just like we see the Big Ten looking out for the Big Ten, the SEC is looking out for the SEC. Every AD is looking out for his own school. You can't fault people for wanting to push this to their benefit. But court rulings and congressional actions are laws. So where is all this headed? Well, right now.
Yeah, I think also, I think the problem is, certainly with this administration, is you look at this and you wonder, okay, where's the politics in here? There's something political. There's some sort of political move here, whether it's to, just throw red meat to the base and crack down on the NCAA that everybody hates.
It's a 90-10 issue.
Is it a gesture? Is this just another distraction from the Epstein files? What is really going on here? I think it's hard with any political party this day and age to see something like this and think that there isn't some agenda-driven item that's at the core of the whole thing. If there isn't, then you just don't tend to believe that it's real or could be.
Well, it has been in the works for quite a while and finally was unveiled yesterday. But yeah, it's popular to say this. It's like one of those things that has bipartisan support. Like, what is happening to college athletics and how do we fix it?
Well, I mean, that's a popular thing to say, but when you go forward with what your plans and problems are, then suddenly that breaks along political lines.
Quickie poll from WCI Pools and Spas in Ames and Urbandale.
Should elected officials get involved in trying to straighten out the college sports mess? Yes, they have no choice, or no, they have other priorities.
I mean, they certainly have other more important priorities, but I think we all agree that something needs to be done, and
right.
Appreciate it from anybody,
I'm conflicted on this because I do think they have more important priorities. I also think that this is a huge part of many Americans' entertainment, how they use their discretionary income, how they work to enjoy college athletics, and it is a mess. And I don't know.
Seems like you could do something. I mean, they could come into the University of Alabama the way they did Columbia and Harvard and say, we're freezing your federal funding unless you guys, step off this SEC power trip and, allow this conference to be governed the way that other conferences that don't have this kind of power. I mean, they could do that if they wanted to. That would be really unpopular there, and that's a bunch of base voters there. So they wouldn't.
We don't need more toothless policies. We don't need another cook in the kitchen who can't really do anything, which is what this feels like right now. Now, maybe, like you said, it ends up and this all consolidates into the federal government and they're able to fix it. And if that's the case, awesome. Right now, it just feels like another person throwing their hat in the ring and nothing's really going to change.
Or, somebody else just barking out, hey, we need to do something about this. Well, no shit. Everybody thinks that. Everybody's going to do that. But come up with an honest to goodness plan.
And I did hear from people yesterday that thought that this just changes everything. Well, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't change anything yet. And for all the reasons I said, we won't go back around that. Now, let's find out what's bugging you, powered by Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hi, I'm Tom Coates. If what's bugging you is your credit card debt, please call us at Consumer Credit of Des Moines. Since 1987, we've helped over 100,000 people, and we can help you.
Hey guys, it's Luke in Springville, Iowa. What's bugging me this week is two guys named Chris complaining about how it's stressful to travel from Iowa to Ireland, where you might have to sit on a flight and there might be a layover. Oh my God, really? What happened then? Did you fly through the air like a bird? Did you soar into the clouds? You're sitting in a chair in the goddamn sky. Please think about this. 100 years ago, it would have taken 6 to 12 days. And guess what? Some of those little snot-nosed kids of Williams's probably would have died or gotten sepsis or some other horrible disease in a boat ride. All right?
Jason, originally from Bondurant, live in Ohio now. And my rant is when you go into a restaurant, why are people on their phones playing videos or talking on the speakerphone? They have invented this technology out there, and it's actually wireless now, too. It's called earbuds. You stick them in, you can play music, videos, talk to somebody as loud as you want, and nobody else can hear it. Maybe I'm way off base, or maybe I'm just getting old and grouchy, but that just pisses me off.
Every time that you guys post on X, the nothing beats a good dive bar stick. Actually, please, for the love of God, stop this terrible, terrible trend.
What? Those are some big dive bars that Hassel's hit, though. This started. You know how this started? He thought he was actually in a dive bar, and he did tweet out, post, nothing beats a good dive bar. And I was like, that is not a dive bar. Because you could just tell from some of the stuff that was behind him and on the wall, not what we would think of as a dive bar. So since then, he just keeps escalating that point. I've been entertained by it, but not that last guy.
I don't know that dive bars have martini glasses. I was trying to think what are 5 easy ways to distinguish a dive bar from a regular bar?
Some of the seats have cushion holes in them, torn or tattered.
Like something is broken.
You would never consider sitting on the bathroom toilet, and even in an emergency.
The bathroom has got to be pretty gross.
Does it have to be dark, just generally?
It's got to be a little smelly.
Dingy.
You got to really be able to smell the urinal mint in there, the hockey puck.
Yeah, the beer, the draft beer has to be cheaper than just about anywhere else you go. It's like, you're like, I can't believe it. $3 draft. And you're surprised by the prices.
If they have plastic cups, I think that's almost, and plastic cups and no patio.
If you're not a regular, you feel a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
At least
everybody else seems to know each other. And
you're walking into a club, the dive bar club.
Yeah.
at least a third of the people, maybe more, are on constant rotation out for smoke breaks.
Yes.
Predominant smoking area outside.
Yeah.
Maybe there's even evidence that there was one smoking inside that they have not really thoroughly gotten rid of.
The walls are a combination of paint, mold, and tar and nicotine.
Okay, here's a big one. At the bar, behind the bar, they sell some sort of food that you in your right mind would never consider eating unless you were shit-faced drunk.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Pig's feet or
a frozen pizza cooked in an oven that's never been cleaned.
Never
it just
been
tastes
cleaned.
Great.
It's one of those slide-out oven, like pizza
oven
drawers. Yeah.
Might be pepperoni on it. Probably isn't.
Yeah, they're like, weird looking meat sticks in a like a vertical presentation in like a coffee cup in the back. They've absolutely have got to have some sort of lottery machine in there, right?
Oh yeah,
Some ticket machine.
That's a good one. Yep. And you take those tickets up and you change those for drinks. I mean, you don't win money. The tickets equal drinks because that keeps it somehow from being an actual slot machine, or it's a way around the can't be gambling in here because you're not really getting money. You're getting tickets, and then you can turn those in. By the way, AD, great job with the photos. Dysentery was my favorite.
Thank you.
Interact on YouTube, on X. It's Murph_Andy. The email is Murph_Andy at iowaeverywhere.com, and it is all powered by the Cellular Advantage. Doug Eklan and his wife Mitzi celebrating their 32nd anniversary. So happy anniversary to Doug and Mitzi. Where are they?
I don't know, Mos Eisley. Where the heck did they celebrate? What are they doing? They went to the Star Wars set?
For their anniversary?
I don't know. This is the picture Doug posted yesterday on social media. He was like, yeah, happy 32nd anniversary to my love. And I was like,
was their first date a Star Wars movie or something?
Went to Mos Eisley. They went in and saw, they had drinks with Greedo right after this. What did they, that's the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's a good backdrop.
Yeah,
just
it is.
not what I would have expected
Is that
for
person
the anniversary.
photobombing them back there or just not aware?
I think that's somebody waving to someone else across the play. We're over here.
That looks like it's a family trip there. They've all got like matching shirts in the background there.
Oh, the back, they're not on vacation. They're on a trip. Yeah,
that's
for sure.
a trip for sure.
Yeah, that's a
Doug and Mitzi
trip.
on a vacation.
Mystery is solved. Mystery is solved. Remember when this happened on worldwide coverage of the Open Championship last week as Scotty Scheffler hit from the fairway?
Downwind, you can get onto this green.
What are you laughing about?
There's so much to say about that shot. The sound off the club face.
It was Scheffler.
I replayed that so many times. You think
It was
it's real?
Scheffler. He admits it.
Oh, he did? Okay, all right.
Yeah, he admitted it to Barstool Sports. They just asked him, like, hey, it's gone viral. Any idea who farted? And Scheffler goes, yeah, it was me. We're out there for 6 hours. We're eating a lot of different things. And I don't know where the boom mic is. I didn't realize it was in range. But, yeah, that was me.
I love he hits the shot and then just he unloads on the shot and then unloads on the fart.
And now from Midwest versus everybody, Andy, this is a map of the Midwest with one word for each state. As you see, Midwest versus everybody says describing every Midwest state using one word.
Well,
so
or
Minnesota,
at least one term, maybe.
It says one word. So
Yeah, well,
Minnesota
a bunch
cold,
of them have more than one word.
Nebraska corn, Missouri nothing, Wisconsin cheese, Illinois, Chicago. But Andy, as you point out, Iowa is Caitlin Clark. South Dakota is Mount Rushmore. Indiana's race car, not one word.
Yeah, and Ohio is spaghetti with chili.
That's three.
Yeah.
That's 3 words. Yeah, yeah.
But that's a good description. That's Cincinnati chili. That Mount Rushmore. Yeah, I mean, you could probably. South Dakota would just be like nothing until Mount Rushmore.
North Dakota
It's
is
just
nothing.
It's just
nothing.
Is nothing. Cold.
Mount
cheese.
Rushmore, I can't argue that. Nebraska, I could argue that their identity is football, but I get the corn. What's in nothing? Is that Kansas also with nothing? And Missouri.
with nothing.
With nothing. I could go Cardinals on Missouri.
Fireworks, yeah.
Chiefs.
Cigarettes.
Caitlin Clark, you could make one word for sure. You say Caitlin now, people know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I think you could just say Clark.
Detroit.
There's a lot more to Michigan than Detroit. Michigan is a beautiful state. Beautiful state. And Detroit's a pretty nice city too, man. The run they had in the 70s and 80s really kind of hurt them, man, permanently.
Back in the good old days of the Iowa State softball tournament in Fort Dodge, when it was single elimination, the Pella Dutch won their first title. This was yesterday. Congratulations to Pella. Beat North Polk in a good championship game featuring 2 local teams. So Pella won. I'm kind of surprised Pella's winning its first championship this week because that's a really strong sports community.
Yeah, it is. It's a really strong community in general. Pella is one of those cities that's always going to be okay with Vermeer and Pella Windows and Central College, or is it university now? Just
college, I think. Isn't this Central College? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a college.
It's a college.
And it's and it's got people that are really engaged in the high school activities, which is that's like the bottom line. That's one of the most underrated things about when trying to gauge the strength of a city, of a community.
Mm-hmm.
I've always thought that one of the easiest ways to do that is take a look at the stands at a high school sporting event. Well, it doesn't have to be a state championship game because, of course, everybody shows up for that. But go to a high school basketball game during the regular season. Look at the stands, and that's going to tell you a lot about the community, about whether it's the school district, whether it's just about that individual high school, or whether it's about the whole community. If those stands are full and there's a lot of parents in there and they're really engaged, that tells you that they're plugged into their kids' school. That tells you that there are parents who probably have kids that are well out of school, but they're still interested in what's going on at the school and the community and still showing up and supporting. I mean, that's a canary in a coal mine right there.
Yeah, and if it's full stands with a team that's losing, that's even a more supportive community because any team doing a lot of winning, usually you start to have the stands full up. Conversely, if you have a winning team and the stands are mostly empty for the games, you go the other way on something like that. But congratulations to Pella. Now, that video was from WHO 13's David Warrington. And the coach of Pella, Katie Banowitz, she's getting married Saturday. She's winning the state championship Thursday and getting married Saturday, and David talked to her.
It's absolutely surreal. It's unbelievable. There's not really a word or anything I can use to describe this week that the girls have had, and then obviously with my wedding on Saturday.
Is this a pretty good early wedding gift for you?
It's a very good early wedding gift. I'll take it. What's up, big dog?
Oh, nothing.
Is that a fiance?
Awesome. Yes, that was the fiance. She looks like Kaylin Thompson. Does
she does?
Does the softball coach also anchor our morning news?
She calls her man Big Dog.
Big Dog. Big Dog.
I thought David was going to follow up with a question. He'd be like, "How drunk are you going to get at that reception?"
I don't think that would be a David question. He doesn't drink.
Oh, maybe that's an Andy question, I guess.
Yeah, that's an Andy question for sure. Also, Waukee Northwest wins state for the second time in 5 years of the school's existence. This is a powerhouse sports program, the whole school and almost every sport, and it's not going to slow down.
Hey, you know what? Can I digress for just a second while we talk about Waukee?
Yep.
Had the weirdest dream while I was in Norway.
Hang on, we were just talking about Waukee Northwest softball.
I know. But I was Waukee had added a third high school,
which is going to happen.
Yeah, and they named it Waukee. They named the high school Phoenix High School.
In your dream.
Yep. But you know what stood out? Is that the PA announcer, as I was listening to it, sounded like he was saying, "What you say, Joaquin Phoenix."
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, it
sounds like Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, that's what he was saying though. He was like Joaquin. I was like Joaquin Phoenix, and that was all I remember the dream.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Jeez, yeah.
I told you. I digress. I undigress.
That's fine. That was worth it. Northwest had a dilemma that most schools would dream of. Like our kids went to Des Moines Roosevelt. We would love to have this dilemma, but it does show why I think they need to figure out a way to not have these tournaments the same week like they have been the past few years. So Waukee Northwest baseball played the state semifinal in Sioux City at the exact time Waukee Northwest softball is playing for the state championship in Fort Dodge. So you know, fans do have to pick a location. Usually that's based on family and somebody involved, but they're playing at the same time in two cities. And Pella has a team still in the baseball tournament. Will play for a championship today. And the Pella girls won the softball last night. Probably not the only examples, but there's two from our territory. Grimaldi's fan photo winner of a $50 gift card goes to Renee Johnson. Renee and her husband went to New York City to watch the Cubs and Yankees, but that was a cheap ticket. And they made a stop at the original Grimaldi's Pizza in Brooklyn. This is it?
Yeah, there it is.
Wow.
That's the big one kind of under the bridge there?
Yeah.
Let's see a bridge. I don't know what it looks like. I do know that it is a monster business there. It's a line out the door all the time.
Renee, we have good news for you. Your $50 is going to go a lot further in Ankeny or West Des Moines. That $50 gift card in New York is like a slice.
Yeah.
You'll have a slice, that'll be $50. And now, Andy, here's a guy who has a message for us. It's
all
so dumb.
to give the finger.
Just ends with a middle finger. That's the same guy. Remember the guy that did the crazy treadmill, pull the tablecloth out from under the glass trick?
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago.
He does
same
all
guy.
those little contraptions.
Same guy. Now time for Throwdowns.
Throwdowns. It's Throwdowns. Backed by Heartland Tire and Auto.
Heartland Tire and Auto bringing us Throwdowns each and every show here. Check out what they're doing.
Yeah, they're putting some tires on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably Cade's car.
I got new tires before the season started, and driving in all this rain, I'm glad about that.
Yeah,
extra traction, need it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm showing you, those guys have been so good to us because it is they don't make you feel stupid if you don't know a lot about cars.
Does Cade feel bad calling them?
No,
Do you make the call for him?
No, I don't. But he's close to being in their business Christmas calendar. You know, just being in each photo. He's there a lot. It might be time for him to invest in a new car, but you know, when you're looking for the low payments or the payments,
you got that thing. Or if you have one paid off already, and you know how the freedom that brings you, and then the thought of buying a new one.
Good crew there.
Yeah, Ankeny, Waukee, Knoxville, Boone, and Creston. Check them out there. Murph, Iowa's picked to finish anywhere from 7th to 10th in the Big Ten, according to various preseason polls. What's more likely? The Hawkeyes finish in the top 4 or in the bottom 8?
Oh. Bottom 8, in this case, they're 10th, or you have to do the math.
11th or worst, yeah.
11th or worse. Thank you for helping me with my math.
I was trying to get these on even sides, trying to figure out, top 4, bottom
Man, 8. Boy, Iowa's history would suggest top 4, but man, the Big Ten is not the same as it was a few years ago, and the divisions are done. I think with this schedule, I would pick bottom 8. Top 4, that'd be a hell of a season with that schedule.
You've got some teams in that bottom 8 right now that don't believe they belong in that bottom 8 and probably have quite a bit of money behind those teams. So seeing them jump out of that area and beat Iowa in a number of cases is more likely, I think, than finishing in the top 4 for Iowa. I mean, if Gronowski is not healthy or gets injured again.
Don't you put that evil on us, Andy?
That's the big unknown, though.
Well, no, honestly, though, I mean, one injury
100%,
like that, and
yes.
it would really throw them into just an unknown tailspin.
Yes, it would.
Everything we hear about Gronowski is great, but we also heard all this about Cade McNamara, so it is a wait and see. He is a more proven quarterback than Cade McNamara was. I mean, he was at Michigan and lost his starting job and handed the ball off a lot, but Gronowski can throw and run, but he was also in FCS.
Andy, in 11 seasons, James Franklin has had good to very good Penn State teams, but they've fallen short of great. This year, they're picked to win the Big Ten, and most think they'll be ranked number 1 to start the season. Where would you set the bar for Penn State having a successful season?
Well, again, it depends on which games they win and which games they lose, how they win them and how they lose them. That matters so much. I mean, if they beat everybody big and they drop one that's unexpected, or drop one that was explainable, then that's different than, losing to, I don't know what their schedule looks like, but let's assume they play Ohio State and Michigan and they lose to them both or something like that. I mean, the games that Penn State fans really care about.
I think they've lost 8 in a row to Ohio State.
Yeah, I mean, those count so much against him because he's got a running count on him right now, and people know all of those statistics. They know all of those records with James Franklin, and they're sitting there with their little counter watching to see what happens so they can, give him a point or give him a strike. But, I think that for him to lose his job, I think it's got to be kind of bad. But, I mean, for him to feel like this was not a success, or fans to feel like this was not a success, that it's finishing below second in the Big Ten. I think you could excuse second, but anything lower than that is a bad season.
Penn State is loaded. I mean, that's why they're the pick to win it. The talent on that team, they do have the most talent. So I get that. I'll put the bar at they have to be in the college football playoff. I think if you're in the playoff, you can still call that a successful season. I think there's some Penn State fans that won't be satisfied until they win it.
I think the bar is play for a national championship. You could probably lose that game and still call it a successful season.
I mean,
but
that's ridiculous. But
for Franklin, it feels
we
like.
do
That's
remember
too high.
in the season that Ohio State won the national championship by running a gauntlet of really tough games, there had been people calling for Ryan Day to be fired.
Yep.
Buckeye fans.
Well, a lot of them.
And that's why
the way the season ended, the loss that they had to Michigan.
That's why I think the Penn State fan base, it's like, hey, if you can't do it this year, that's the bar, right?
It's a nice hat, by the way, AD.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
AKC marketing?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Has that been de-roped?
No, it's it never had a rope. This is a one of a kind prototype. I got
okay.
the patch
great.
I wanted to
So
do,
you're wearing a hat that's not available.
Not yet.
Come on, AD.
Not yet. Murph, does watching someone make your sandwich make it taste better?
No, I'm going the other way. I think it tastes better when I make it because I put the care into it. I took the time. I made an effort. I think it tastes better when I make it.
Yeah, how many sandwiches you make, Murph?
Not a lot. That's probably why I appreciate it so much when I do make one.
Well, I think, Andrew, what you're getting at is, does it taste better to see someone make it rather than them just bringing it out from the kitchen?
Yeah, right. The difference between, a Subway and a Jimmy John's.
Yeah,
sorry, misunderstood.
Yeah, where you didn't see him make it, they just brought it out. I agree. I think it does taste better when you see him make it. There's a fine line at Subway, while you're in the line at Subway, of being helpful to the sandwich artist and too helpful. And the people that are in front of you that are being too helpful are among the most annoying people on the planet. You gotta get extra pickles on there. Or just like two more. Okay, a little onion. No, not that much. No, could you take a little of that off of there? Okay. Then I want oil, vinegar, and they're just like, man. They take forever.
My son Cade got fired as a Subway sandwich artist.
Really?
Yeah, I can only
They
share
fire
this.
people there?
They do. I didn't know this either, but I can only share this now because he has shared it on Overthinking, and we didn't know why. Like, he just wouldn't say why he'd been fired for a long time. He was just like, I don't really know. I don't know, because
he spit on somebody's sandwich or something.
No. I mean, we had been in there. We saw him make the sandwiches. We knew people there and liked him. We just couldn't imagine why Cade would be fired. Well, as it turns out, they had a rule: you can't wear slides to work. You can't wear flip-flops or slides. And he forgot that, and he wore slides in one night. And someone reminded him, you can't. He had socks on, but slides. You can't work here with slides on. So Cade,
you drop a knife, you're gonna cut a toe off.
Yeah. So Cade's
every
answer
day.
was to take Saran wrap, like that wrap, and just wrap both shoes like you'd wrap a mummy, to create where there was, not anything open about it. He tried to turn them into plastic shoes.
He should have just taken some of those sandwich bags and bagged up his feet.
It took like 4 years for him to come clean on this. We're like, what? You did what? Well, you did what? He was like 16 at the time.
I think you got to you got to hit Subway back and be like, guys, you are fortunate to have me at all. I won't do it again, but you need to let the slides slide this time.
He went to Buffalo Wild Wings after that. He worked there for 3 years, and he loved it.
B-dubs.
So there you go. B-dubs.
It's a good place to
All
eat.
right. Confluence is the official beer of Murph and Andy. And, hang on.
I'm ready for my Confluence.
Yeah, I had to create my own cooler.
Kahala, she listening? She's usually a couple seconds behind. Oh, you
Look
have
at
a
that
cooler
right
there
there.
already? Oh, is that a cold one? Oh,
That's a
man,
cold.
that looks
It's been on ice.
good. I wish I had a Confluence right now.
Oh, yeah.
Wish I had a Confluence beer right now.
You could
That doesn't
wish for
usually
$1,000.
work.
See how
Yeah.
that goes. Let's see how it
I
goes.
I sat one. I put one in the upstairs fridge. It's ready.
All right,
It's ready. Anytime.
All right, ready or not? Speaking of ready or not? Scott School.
Scott School, Scott School, Scott School is cool. Yeah.
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 Hi, everybody.
Hi, Scott.
So I was thinking the other day, why does a radio wave come through my walls, but when the sun shines with visible light, it doesn't go through? And it turns out it's because the length of the radio wave is actually a couple feet long. So it can just go right through the wall, and a microwave just gets caught. So that's it. It's just the wave is really long. So it just goes through. And that's Scott School.
Scott School, Scott School, Scott School is cool. Yeah.
Oh, Andy, I'm so glad you got your beer.
God, I forgot mine.
All right. Okay, stupid quickie poll. By the way, Scott School presented by Hoodoo, the odd job marketplace, and the stupid quickie poll is also from Hoodoo. It's a Hoodoo double dose. What do we have, AD?
At what age does someone become a senior citizen? 50,
Oh, gosh.
55, 60, or 65 and over?
I hope it's D.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hey, in golf, you get a play from the senior tees when you turn 50. You unlock a different level of our culture once you turn 50.
I'm sorry, those are called champions tees.
I think you could qualify each one of these like this. You'd say, okay, 50, you can play from you're on the Champions Tour. 55, you can move into some of those like assisted living places, right? Don't they say like 55 and up, even though like nobody 55 years old lives in those places?
Yeah, there's some that are 50 and up. I've seen those
really?
in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 60 should actually be 59 and a half, because that's when you can officially start withdrawing money without a penalty from your Roth IRA and 401k and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
62 is when you can start pulling from Social Security, right?
So wait, you're nitpicking Scott's choices of age levels.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'm just I was trying to establish like the milestones toward becoming a senior citizen.
It feels like it's moving backwards though. When I was a kid, if you were 50, you were a geezer.
Well, that's your own mind thinking that, but
Yeah.
in some ways it has. I mean, people are living longer and they're healthier. At least they were. I don't know that
Dysentery
Americans are not living longer.
But don't early bird specials usually work for people that were once you're 55 or something? You can go to Denny's and get 50 cents off your pancakes.
There is something weird about getting into your 50s where all of a sudden you're better at getting up early. I think even Murph can attest to that. Right? I mean, you didn't ever get up as early as you do now, right?
No,
Murph?
I didn't.
I think part of it is loving coffee. That helps.
Yeah.
But I do. Yeah, you get tired earlier, and your brain wakes up earlier. It's a combination of being a parent and getting older. Those things kind of combine together and make you into more of a morning person.
Lauren, one of our production workers at WHO 13,
Lauren Schroeder,
camera and audio, that kind of thing. She, doesn't always have a filter. God bless her. And she just told Ed yesterday. She just said, "Oh," she saw John Bachmann, and she told Ed, "I thought he was way younger than you. Bachmann's 76."
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. Yeah, Lauren, we love Lauren. She's so funny.
Oh, my
She
goodness.
has no filter.
All right, so Happy Gilmore is out on Netflix. Scott, you're a big golf guy.
Oh, yeah.
Happy Gilmore 2 is out on Netflix. It was released today, and I have not seen it yet. I assume
Gonna watch it tonight.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're watching it tonight also.
All right, it has 46 celebrity cameos.
Keith, why are you spoiling this? Oh.
Well, come on. There's celebrity
I know,
cameos.
but I didn't know there's going to be 40. I thought, wow, there's 5 cameos. Oh, that's
hang
probably
on.
it.
Hang on.
Boom,
many
boom,
of them
boom.
Many of them are golfers. I mean, it's not just all like people you know. But they're You knew Bad Bunny was in it.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't know who Bad Bunny is?
Never heard of Bad Bunny in my life. But is that a person?
Are you serious?
I am 100%
Do
serious.
you listen to the radio? Do you listen to
He's
music?
a famous sculptor.
Oh yeah, I listen.
Did you see Bullet Train?
I did not see that. I do want to see that though.
Okay. Anyway,
but he's in that. Okay. I'm assuming it's a man at this
There's
point.
Eminem.
There's Eminem, Scott.
I thought that was Robert Downey Jr.
No, I don't want to know anymore. No.
Hey, Travis Kelce.
In a Chief. Oh, this is awful.
This is a lot of cameos.
The cameos have me worried. Like that's
not gonna
too
be
many.
good.
Are they
It's not gonna be
cameos
good.
for the sake of cameos? Or are they cameos that serve the plot? Can you come up with 46 cameos to serve the plot?
No.
And after the Bob Barker cameo in the last one, I mean, that is is that the top 10 of greatest cameos in movie history?
Yeah, for something unexpected, yes.
Oh, wow. Incredible.
For just a drop in for like a senseless fist fight that is hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. All right, I need everybody's attention because I need you to be the judge. Did the Browns, hopefully you're watching, if you're not, hopefully you've seen it. You be the judge. Did the Browns social media team try to create a viral moment by fake falling at the unveiling of the helmet?
I've watched this so many times. There's another angle that makes it look more on accident, but this one looks a little more fake.
Andy, what do you think?
It doesn't look overly fake to me.
Look
I
at
mean,
his
I
right
don't know.
foot.
I could be convinced either way. I mean,
Right foot goes off the and he tries to grab the floor.
clearly
but
he's
it's not
fine, and it's going to be a good landing there in the water. But I don't know.
Most people, I think it was fake. What is First of all, it's really lame if
Doesn't
you
really
fake
matter.
to try to create a viral moment, which they have.
Because he's going to create the moment either way, whether it's people believing it's fake or believing it's real, believing it's real and laughing, or debating whether it's fake and talking about it everywhere.
Scott, you've been in a lot of theater and take this stuff seriously. Is the reason people think it's fake because they don't buy the accidental last step, like it's too much?
That's my guess, but I can't imagine. No, I should take that back. What I was just going to say. What I was going to say is how would the Browns think? Oh, let's just fall all over ourselves, and we'll turn that into a viral moment for our brand. No, that's what you're already known for. Like, you are known for falling all over yourself. So it doesn't make sense to me. But then the Browns always do things that don't make sense. So it's possible.
But honestly, I think here's the test. Murph, can you hear yourself on RVTV setting up a skit and saying, okay, what else can we do here to make this a funny unveiling?
Mm-hmm.
And you or somebody else pipes up and says, oh, I got it. I'll fall into the water, or Mike will fall into the water.
I think we pushed Freund into Sailorville Lake one time.
Yeah, you could totally, you can imagine somebody planning that. So I think it's fake because I can hear the wheels turning.
Yeah.
In this, I mean, the guy is like in no danger. He doesn't catch his ankle. He doesn't hurt himself at all. And in this day and age of, TikTok and, well, especially like Instagram videos of people falling all over the place and horrible accidents. I mean, you really got to stand out with a fall anymore to make people even notice it. People know what a real fall looks like one where the person honestly hurt themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a real fall, and that just looks like a little too innocuous to be real these days.
Scott, you may recall on RVTV when we did that, off to the side, I said we're going to tell Mark I'm going to push him at the end of this second sentence. And then I pushed him early in the first sentence, so he was genuinely surprised. So the fall looks real. Because we can't help but anticipate.
Hell yeah.
And the most famous example of that in movie history is when they are dropping Alan Rickman. Do I have his name right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
In Die Hard?
Yeah, if you're talking about Alan Rickman.
The famous shot where he's like, They said, with the watch comes off and he falls in, and of course it's in real life, it's a green screen with an airbag. But they say, we're count it down. The director is like 3, 2, 1, and then we'll release you. And the director went 3 and then released him. So he is genuinely shocked, that look on his, and he was pissed afterwards.
But they got the shot.
But they got the shot.
It really works.
They got the shot. Yeah. Let's get some more.
But wait, there's more from Either Or Eatery and Patio.
Either Or Eatery and Patio is the home of More. So the More team goes there and just and hangs out together. We go and talk, news of the world, journalism, reporting skills, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Sourcing, future filing, that kind of stuff. We get into it together.
Bachmann stories.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Either Or. You find them at the corner of 63rd and Grand Avenue, basically the corner in Des Moines and West Des Moines. Rest in peace, Terry Jean Bollea, a.k.a. Hulk Hogan.
Enormous pop culture figure.
He has to be the biggest star in the history of pro wrestling. In my mind, I was reading something today where somebody said I didn't have enough time to look further into this, but somebody said he was the second biggest star. Would Andre the Giant be bigger?
The Rock, probably.
The Rock? Not The Rock.
The Rock
really?
is like the number one movie star.
I get that, but go back to, because Scott, I'm not in the pro wrestling world. As at the peak of their fame, wrestling, who was bigger?
Oh, Hulk Hogan. You're not getting it. Hulk Hogan is the number one professional wrestling icon in my mind.
He put that entity in the place it's in now. He's the reason that WWE got as big as it did.
God, he was huge. And for me, a guy that was not into pro wrestling, he's just in one of my favorite unexpected movie experiences ever when Rocky is suddenly going against Thunder Lips in Rocky 3. And he's
That's really
taking
before
it all
he's
serious.
Hulk Hogan, right? I mean, is he even called Hulk Hogan at the time? I don't think he is.
I don't know. That was 1982. It's a long time ago.
God, it's that. Jeez, that is a long time ago. But you saw him in that movie, and you're like, oh, I got to know more about this guy. And I'm in grade school, and everybody's talking about, like, oh yeah, he's the wrestling champion of the world now. And you're like, oh yeah, wrestling. I forgot about that.
Thunder Lips.
And he had these
baby.
two big phases that are giantly important. Obviously, his first run with Hulkamania, and then when he switches and goes to WCW and NWO, changes the game again. His life certainly led to a complicated legacy that I would hopefully warn people, like, maybe professional wrestling isn't the where you're going to find happiness, even if you hit the top of the top. But boy, he was, as a 10-year-old, there's no one larger than life than Hulk Hogan. Oh yeah. Boy, that's Macho Man.
I agree. And so big, just a huge dude. Apparently, Vince McMahon wanted him to. He was losing his hair. His hair was falling out as he was just coming on the scene, and he wanted to go with the last name Hogan, because I guess he has some Irish blood in him. So he wanted to go lean into the Irish part of his wrestling superhero, and so Vince McMahon wanted him to dye his hair red. And he was like, nope, don't want it to be red. Going to lean into the blonde. Going to be the blonde Irish. I never thought of him as Irish or anything. I didn't think that was his real name.
Never even occurred to me.
Apparently that was important. That was an important part to him. But just a big dude.
He wasn't a great wrestler. I mean,
made some terrible movies.
Also his
Other than
moves
Rocky
in the
III.
ring. He was better than Flair. Flair is an awful wrestler, but Hogan was a little bit. But then you get guys like Macho Man and Bret Hart out there, and you're like, now you look back and you're like, Hogan, he couldn't really do much in the ring, but we just didn't care as kids because we believed the stories.
Everybody loved him. Yeah.
This, by the way, this was a rough week for
we lost 3. It was,
people
they
of the
died in
80s.
threes. Yeah, Ozzy.
Like, I mean, the
Malcolm
1980s,
Jamal
90s.
Warner,
Woo.
10-year-old Scott has had a bad week.
Yeah, Chuck Mangione, that probably didn't rock your world.
Who'd have thought that Ozzy Osbourne would outlive Hulk Hogan? Or Theo from The Cosby Show.
Did Ozzy outlive Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, he's 76. Hulk Hogan was 71.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm doing the math wrong.
Yeah.
I got to get out of math.
76 is more than 71.
Ozzy didn't do steroids.
Well,
but he did everything else.
He might have. He didn't realize it was only steroids.
In those heroin needles.
He's one of the few people to have smoked steroids or to have snorted steroids.
He had rabies shots.
Yeah, Keith Richards is still going too. How is Keith Richards still going? And Hulk
It's
Hogan
a miracle.
is not, man.
It's a miracle.
It's crazy. Okay, moving on here. Did a story last night on Des Moines flood mitigation. I always kind of like these opportunities where I've been doing some reporting and I can bring it up on this show. But, we all remember the crazy flash flood in 2018, the one that killed Larry Kotler. We got 6 inches of rain in one night. It was absolutely nuts.
Crazy. Yeah, I remember it well.
It was crazy. But, what that did was it was so bad in the city of Des Moines that it basically, the council, it kind of lit a fire under city council. Like, look, you've got to do something about these old wooden drainage systems under the city. You've got to figure out ways to collect this stormwater. You've got to do something because we're losing all this property and people are dying, and it's just a horrible problem. And so they launched right into this stormwater mitigation project, and so much inconvenience out there for neighborhoods. Murph, your neighborhood was torn up for a long time.
Long time.
Huge projects that are you just hate living anywhere near those. And
It's been worth it here.
The giant pipes going under the streets, we've made fun of them a million times. I've done a lot of stories on TV about what an inconvenience that's been. Those are paying off. We've gotten record rainfalls this week, this month, this year. We've had a lot of rain, and Des Moines really has not. They've had some flooded streets for certain, but they have not lost property, and these are paying off. So I like feeling good about inconveniences of the past paying off, right?
Cheers.
Where you were like, man, in the short term, this sucks, but there's a long-term gain, and then seeing the long-term gain. Right now, that's what we've been seeing. 4 Mile Creek area, we were there multiple times a year on the east side of town. Every time there was a flash flood, people moving stuff out of their houses, horribly inconvenienced. They bought up all those houses. They're gone. They've returned it to floodplain, and now that works the way it's supposed to, and there isn't any problems there in that part of town. That's good. 36-year-old Carice Crowder of Burbank. I'm sorry. Jumped ahead a little bit. From the files of Some Headlines Don't Need Stories, we're bringing you this. Man caught smelling women's butts inside Nordstrom rack. A notorious butt-sniffing freak was thrown behind bars again after he was allegedly caught putting his nose near the butt of an unsuspecting woman at a Nordstrom rack in California. Here he is, 36-year-old Carice Crowder of Burbank. Police said Crowder, who's a registered sex offender, was seen trailing the innocent shopper around the store before hiding inside a rack of clothes and then reaching around and smelling her butt. A disturbing act that he's already been busted for multiple times.
So this guy kind of looked like Sam Cassell, NBA player.
Totally.
Yeah, if I had to guess, just looking at his mugshot, if I had to guess, I would say he was involved in something nefarious that had to do with hearing, not smelling.
Listening to butts. Oh man, that guy's busted. Miller Lite is offering up free beer. The beer brand will celebrate its 50th anniversary next week by giving away 50,000 free beers at 450 bars across the U.S.
Iconic.
They're probably all in
there.
Wisconsin, but that's just in Milwaukee, probably all 450 of those bars. The giveaway will be on August 1st, which is International Beer Day. Miller Lite says it'll also host a special New Year's Eve-style beer drop at a Milwaukee brewery on that day. When someone says Miller Lite, I still hear light beer from Miller.
I'm thinking of those commercials that were so great in NFL football games and baseball and basketball to a lesser extent of my childhood.
You mean commercials like this one? Like this one?
Yes.
All right, we're up 15. We got this game won. Yeah, you guys are buying a light beer from Miller. Yeah, let's Philly. 1 ounce to go. Yeah, what can he do to his mouth?
Hey, I'll keep the change. Here's Rodney!
Any fence to the left? Here I am.
Come on,
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Hey, wait a minute. This game isn't over yet. I caught that ball.
Those commercials were like a show on their own.
Oh my gosh!
Who did
I
you
didn't
recognize
realize
in there?
Oh,
John
Tommy
Madden
Lasorda,
at the end.
Rodney Dangerfield, John Madden, Billy Martin.
Mickey Spillane is in there.
Euchre was at the end of the
Yeah,
bench.
Euchre at the end of the bench.
Bob Euchre, Dick Butkus, Bubba Smith. I think Deacon Jones is in there.
Gosh, that was Three Stooges type stuff there.
Billy
I don't
Martin.
even remember that
Boog
one.
Powell was at bat at the beginning, right?
And it was so progressive. The woman saves the day in the
Yeah.
end by hitting the home run.
Hey, doll!
Oh,
Hey,
and,
doll!
And one of the things, and the book is on my shelf back here, but Frank DeFord, over time, he wrote, shortly before he died, he wrote about his entire career as kind of his autobiography. He's such a great writer, of course.
We asked him about those commercials when we had him on the radio show.
We did, and he has a chapter in the book about it. So we asked him about it, and Andy and I were a little bit crestfallen because he said, oh, yeah, everybody in those light beer from Miller commercials is fantastic. Everybody was great to work with, except Rodney Dangerfield. Yeah. He was such an asshole. Like, this is Frank DeFord. Like, suddenly he swears in the middle of the interview. Like, we're like, oh, Rodney. Rodney's like, oh, God.
It was kind of the age-old thing with Rodney, right? Yeah, he was insecure, and he didn't get the laughs. He couldn't hear the laugh. It was like him in Caddyshack, where he thought he was bombing. Excuse me. He thought he was bombing, and because he couldn't hear anybody laughing, but he's actually just killing it.
Do I do the bit? Do I do the bit now? That's what he would say.
Park my car, grab my clubs, and put on some weight, will you? But he doesn't know that he's killing right there. He thinks he's bombing. Anyway, I move on. The Lawrence County school system in Tennessee has implemented a new policy. Doctor's notes will no longer excuse student absences. After 3 absences, schools begin intervention. After 8 students are referred after 8 absences, students are referred to juvenile court for truancy. Man, there must be a big problem there. Officials say the change is meant to teach reliability and work ethic, emphasizing that having a sniffle won't excuse missing school.
Yeah, I missed so much school like this that they called my parents. My friend John and I used to go over to AMC theaters. They had late morning movies and early afternoon movies, and we worked there so we could go free anytime. And we were constantly cutting out and going to the movies.
Keith Murphy, rule breaker. Whoa.
I'm not proud of it. I didn't think the school had anything else to offer me. I was waiting for college. I know it's bad.
That's really
we used to
bad.
just skip first period because we didn't like the class and wanted to sleep in my friend Scott's van. Get in there.
I didn't miss a day of school.
What?
Did not miss one day of school since Ash Wednesday, 7th grade.
Nerd.
God, you were such nerds.
Perfect attendance, baby.
Ogre. Now here's Robert Smith of The Cure giving the greatest answer ever to an overexcited red carpet report.
Because this will be everything. Hi, guys. Thank you. Hey, how are you? I'm Carrie. It's so nice to meet you. Hi. Congratulations, The Cure Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees 2019. Are you as excited as I am?
By the sounds of it, no.
Oh, no. What are we going to do?
I'm sure we'll get there eventually. It's a bit early, isn't it?
So English.
Oh, that's great.
Are you as excited as I am? By the sounds of it, no.
No, God. What is she on? I hope it's just Red Bull.
She just tries to keep going, and he starts feeling a little bad for her and starts playing along a little bit.
He's got the Cure kit, the Robert Smith kit, but it's not working well into his, what is he, in his 50s, 60s?
60s, yeah, definitely. No, it's not. But he's sticking with it. You know it's him up there.
That's true.
He's a rock and roll Hall of Famer. The Cure. I love The Cure.
I'd say
but
no.
He's nobody's monkey.
No.
Right? He's not
dancing.
Not gonna dance. In northwest Oklahoma City, a 6'2" naked man forced his way into a family's home, which definitely surprised the family that lives there. However, it is Oklahoma, so somebody just immediately grabbed their handgun, pointed at the guy, and he left. Jumped into a nearby pond, still naked, where the homeowner described him as very much hippopotamus-like. That's what he said. Police went, arrested the floating
I need
naked
help
man.
with that.
What?
Does that mean he's fat?
Yeah, like a big fat hippo in the pond.
All right.
Yeah, that's how he was very much hippopotamus-like. Yeah, like you know how the hippos kind of float up and down on the water, and just kind of in and out. That's what this guy was doing. He's just kind of like half submerged. And
I was overthinking it.
Yeah. Don't overthink.
Good promo.
Police showed up. They arrested the man who was drunk, by the way. They charged him with breaking and entering and indecent exposure. Let's go to another piece of video here and see what we've got. There's a lot going on here. This is Tallahassee, Florida. Police are arresting Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right there in front of the kids.
This would have crushed my kids.
Look at the kids going right by Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, they just put the hat. They just put the hat right on top of the car.
I mean, just cuff him and put him in the car, and then take the hat off later. But
I mean, there are times I wanted to put Chuck E. Cheese in handcuffs.
Oh,
and those animatronic freaks that played music. God.
Mr. Cheese,
oh, man,
we need
they
to
can't
speak
take those
with
gloves
you.
off.
They cuffed his cartoon hands. Look at this.
It's big.
And
He's
those
still got
stupid
the
shoes.
This
Look
is
at the
terrible.
brown shoes.
He's still got the big Chuck E. Cheese hands on, and they cuffed him.
God just puts this decapitated mouse head on top. Like, these kids have to be
big feet.
terrified.
Oh, Chuck.
You can hear some 5-year-old just really butchering the story too. We went to Chuck E. Cheese and the police took his head off, and then they arrested him, and they ran away, and then there was no Chuck E. Cheese, and the band had everybody but him, and he wasn't there. Oh my God, it was traumatic. So it turns out this guy playing Chuck E. Cheese, there had been a few days prior a birthday party there, and some woman left her credit card, and he took the credit card and used it on buying a bunch of stuff.
Okay, of all the things that ran through my mind, that's the best one.
Yeah, no pedophilia or anything like that.
Nothing weird. Yeah, just
they saw. I mean, but they see him on the surveillance video. If you're dressed as Chuck E. Cheese, you can't take a credit card.
Well, you do have a mask on.
You do, but you don't have any pockets.
If you're the cop, what do you do with the head of the mascot? Like, do you turn it the other way? Like, he faced it out, and now the kids are walking by, and now they see there's a man under there, and they're like, "What? Look at this!" Like,
the kids.
What?
Their kids.
Why
right
does he
there.
put it here? Why does he put it?
The kids are going in too.
Don't. It's almost like it's a display at that point. Put
a
it
kid
in
walks
the
by,
car.
he's like, Chuck E. Cheese is black? You know, like, this is shocking. Like, what's
I thought he was
happening
gray.
here?
I always thought he was gray.
He's not. He's a biracial mouse. This is wrong on so many levels. Let's finish up. Let's cleanse our souls here and finish up with a game of Who's the Asshole.
You asshole.
You're an asshole.
Stop breaking the law, asshole! Back off, asshole! This machine just called me an asshole.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Keep firing, assholes!
I'm an American. You're a sick asshole.
This is written by a woman in her early 30s. She says, my friend is having her first baby. We've been friends since we were very young, but over the last decade or so, our interests have changed and we've grown apart. Still, I was happy to hear that she was pregnant and to be invited to her baby shower. She and her husband are one of those couples that act like he is just as pregnant as she is. We're pregnant, we're nesting, we're preparing for breastfeeding, all stuff that they take just a little too far. Well, the baby shower invitation made a point of asking for gifts for Scott, Maria, and their new baby.
All three?
Yeah.
Or one gift for the three?
Like a gift for the family, right?
Gift for the family or individual gifts? Or
Commas
you
in
don't
between
know.
the words here. It looks like,
Okay.
Just stay tuned.
All right.
I wasn't completely sure what that meant, so I just bought a gift card to a maternity store for Maria and had a nice blanket made for the baby. Well, most of the other guests also brought gifts for Scott, who was strangely the only man at the shower. And each time they opened the gifts, Maria made a point of saying, "Thank you for being so thoughtful and including Scott." Needless to say, I didn't get one of those shout outs. And at the end of the shower, Maria thanked me for the gifts, but then also said, "Am I forgetting anything? No, you didn't get a gift for Scott."
Come on. Oh.
I don't know what else is ahead, but I don't think Maria can recover from what I've heard so far. She's the a-hole.
That kind of set me off, and I said, no, I didn't get a gift for Scott. It's a baby shower, and people don't usually buy gifts for the husband. Well, that upset Maria, and she tells me, well, he's having a baby too. We're in this together. To that point, I realized this wasn't going anywhere good. I just sort of laughed, thanked her for the invitation, and said goodbye. We have not spoken since. I'm guessing she expects an apology, but I don't think I'm in the wrong here, so I'm planning on saying nothing until the baby arrives. Am I the asshole here?
No. I mean, this guy's going to try to breastfeed the baby.
Well, it does bother me when people... I hate the we're pregnant thing.
Yeah.
Okay, you're expecting... You ain't pregnant, dude. Okay,
I see no problem with making the whole thing like it is a family event. It is, but
men
aren't birthing, showers. And the expectation. Like if you get any gift, you should be thankful for that, and you should be thankful that someone is present. And to make anyone feel guilty who has bought 2 gifts and the card, like she can take that gift card and go apply it to something she feels like she and her husband are using together.
What's he going to do with maternity clothes?
Well, there's got to be something else there that she could like.
Maternity lingerie.
Yeah, maternity.
I got this for
lingerie.
both of us. My goodness.
Something doesn't smell right here, guys. Something tells me that this child is not this man's child. And this woman is trying so hard.
That's a huge
overcompensating.
This makes no sense. This is so asinine. It's so
way
annoying.
over the top.
And if you leave that party, you should never be friends with those people again. Like
overcompensating. It's good. He's thrown a theory in here.
It is one of those situations where, I think it's like one of those life's little moments where everybody else is participating, gladly participating in something that you think is just stupid.
And they think it too. You're like, am I the only one here?
Yeah, you suspect, but you can't tell because they're just going. You're just like, are the rest of these people just better sports than I am, or are they? Am I the only normal person here, or am I the only abnormal person here? Twilight Zone starts ringing in your ears, and
then they get called out on it.
That's the thing, and that's where I wonder, is it Scott pushing himself onto this? It doesn't seem like it. It seems like it's his wife. It's Maria.
Scott,
so,
our
Scott
Scott
is the asshole. I think it's solely Maria.
Charlie
Scott
says it sounds like a Seinfeld
play,
episode. Yeah, or like Curb Your Enthusiasm. Yeah. This has Larry David written all over it, where Larry says something. The asshole. Yeah, he usually is the asshole, but here he'd have been in the right. All right, good game there. That's your more, everybody.
Time for the Andrew Downs audio drop of the day. We proudly call it the AD squared.
Yeah, it's powered by Game Day Health. I was in Ankeny getting my testosterone replacement therapy yesterday. Andy goes to West Des Moines.
I got mine. Kahala gave me my shot on Wednesday night.
Nice. Do you get it in the arm or in the butt?
In the buttock.
In the butt, Bob.
She puts a pretty high. I mean, she's a nurse and she's good at giving shots, so I don't argue. But it's pretty high up on my hip. I'm always worried that it's too high. And then it never. You know what? Honestly, this is one of the biggest things that Game Day has done for me is that my mom, who is listening to the show right now, by the way, can confirm that I was so mortally scared of shots when I was growing up that at one time, I honest to God, I considered flunking fourth or fifth grade so that I wouldn't have to have the back to school, like the physical, there were like the fifth grade physical. You had to go in and get booster shots. And I was like, I'll flunk it. I'll flunk the grade. I'll repeat the grade so I don't have to do this.
But now look at you.
My parents were like, I'm not even going to acknowledge that. It's so stupid. But I was so scared. I mean, I would pass out. I would black out when they would give me a shot. And now I am electing to get.
There you go.
It sounds like you're still terrified, though. You just learned as an adult.
I'm still just a
to
little
hold
scared.
It.
I am still a little scared. I have to
gotta
snap my
pee.
fingers.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, game day men's health. It is Friday, so some parental advisory is necessary. None of these bleeps are necessary. It's all innocent conversation. But I have placed bleeps to make you hear things that aren't actually being said. What you hear is on you, not us. It's This Week in Iowa Unnecessary Censorship.
Take the whole family to
Yes.
Grimaldi's. See if that kid can some pizza.
It's the same thing with Fred Hoiberg at Iowa State. I can remember when he came in, that's one of the things we pointed out first. He's with his legacy.
I'm just asking a question. I don't know why you're so mad at me.
No, you knew what you were asking. Look, I wish I had the ability to just, when you're kind of pissing me off, to just like myself out. But I don't know how to do that, actually.
Even if you don't stay up late, even if you don't drink the night before, you're still going to be all up at 8 in the morning.
Yeah, you're right.
You're all up.
Mahomes and the ref, that was a good one, and I'm sure we'll see a few more pop up.
Maybe. Like you in a jar of mayo. That'd be a good one.
I do love mayo.
I mean, for the next hour and a half, Michael's women all over the dance floor. And by God, Dwight came back out of the dressing room and sang Suspicious Minds thanks to Michael Admire and the 40 women he that night.
Yeah, sorry, Mom.
Dancing. He said, Michael's like one of the best family men you could ever meet. Dancing. He was dancing.
Mackenzie came in.
Yeah,
pretty
she's
hot
already
there.
here. AD, what did I do to you? Yeah, AD, that I think
was
you need to
art.
remind everybody again, you're filling in
Yeah.
blanks with innocent conversation.
Yeah, exactly. She said she was going to yeet herself out of the frame because she was embarrassed to be on camera.
With me.
I don't know what you guys heard.
Yeet?
Yeah.
Yeet.
Scott, have you not and Mackenzie try to be young because of Cade? Have you noticed this?
No.
Scott's dressing differently. They're using
No.
words they shouldn't use. These are 40-year-old people. They're acting like
It's
they're
so
25.
lame. That's so lame.
There's Steve Buscemi with the skateboard and the sideways hat.
Hey, fellow kids.
What's Quickie
Hey,
Poll
fellow
results presented by WCI Pools and Spas?
Should elected officials get involved in trying to straighten out the college sports mess? Yes, no choice, or no other priorities? No other priorities running away with this one at 65% of the vote. At what age does someone become a senior citizen? 60 or 70% say it's 65 and up.
Thank you.
22% will say it's 60. There are 2.3% out there that say it's 50.
Oh, man.
Somebody does point out that that's when you start getting the mailers from AARP. You can officially join
Yeah, it's true.
AARP at age 50. They do that because they want the dues.
Yeah, they do. They
Andrew
do.
Downs
dues.
just made a big faux pas. He called Mackenzie 40, and she's not.
Oh,
so
Don't you don't guess.
She looks 20.
You don't guess women's age. You don't guess whether or not they're pregnant. You don't guess whether or not they've lost weight.
And you don't get their husband a shower gift.
Yeah. Seriously. And you
What
don't
the hell?
show up to the shower if you're the husband. I mean, come on, dude.
Scott, Andy, AD, thank you so much. And thank you for watching and listening and supporting local media. Be sure to check out the merch store at iowaeverywhere.com where the hat AD's wearing is not available.
Not yet.
Yeah, if you get a chance, please like, review, and subscribe on whatever platform you found us. We are back Monday. We hope you are too.
Murph and Andy was brought to you by Ramsey Subaru on Hickman Road in Urbandale.